This right here is the Motorola RAZR, the 2023 version, and this is the entry-level model. There's two. There's the Pro and this one, or maybe it's called the RAZR Plus. It has an outside big screen of about over 3 inches. This has a screen here too. It gives you a lot of useful information. You can get messages, clock information, and a few other things. It's pretty cool. I prefer this more because I don't want all that stuff on the outside. What counts is what's on the inside, from what I hear. Don't quote me. But anyway, my history with the Motorola flip phone goes all the way back to the early 90s when they had the first gray ones. And then the black one. I used to work for a company in West LA called Reese Electronics. And the owner of the company, or one of the owners, was the son of Hedy Lamarr, who was responsible for CDMA technology that Qualcomm was able to take advantage of. I guess Hedy Lamarr in the late or the early 40s got information from people in either Germany or somewhere around there. She was from that area before she came to the United States, and she had overheard them talking about plans and technologies. And so she brought that with her when she came to the United States. As an actress, she gave that to the United States government. And then that got used later on, many years later, in the late 90s, early 2000s, and really jump-started the cellular phone market. That being said, so I have a long storied history with the flip phone. I did get the new RAZRs that came out in the mid-2000s, which were really awesome. I got one in about 2007 or 8, and I was trying to move to LA at the time, but I didn't end up going there, and I bought the phone in LA. So I brought it back to San Diego, and I never used it. Then I moved to Las Vegas, and by the time I got there, the technology for that phone was not available, so I basically had to scrap it. So those phones were amazing looking. And this phone, surprisingly, is really great too. I was very surprised by this phone. This is the back of the phone with the Motorola emblem and the RAZR cut out. Looks pretty nice, and this is kind of an olive greenish color, which I really like. This phone, vegan leather, which is hilarious. It's basically pleather. This is it. This is the phone. And it's basically a 6.9-inch screen, and it is totally edge-to-edge. It's one of the best bezel phones I've had. Everything about this phone is mid-tier, but everything functions great. Even the mechanisms to open and close the phone are really solid. I think they did an amazing job with this phone, and the screen is great as well. There is a little bit of an indentation right about here, but you never notice it. And the phone works solidly. That's all I can say. The only thing about this phone that I'm not really excited about are the cameras. The cameras are just so-so for video or photography. Let's see if we can turn this guy on. Here we go. Hello, Moto. In Mexico, they say hello, Hoto. But, you know, this phone I got for $200 is normally $599. And for $200, this is an amazing buy, and right now you can get it for $149 or even $99, which is incredible for what you get. Okay, Motorola, turn on. Take your time. Take your time. But I'm just saying, the bezels are just amazing. Look at that. Very thin bezels, and it's a 6.9-inch screen, so it's basically a 7-inch phone. It's more elongated than wide. There we go, finally. RAZR. And cricket. There we go, and there it is. Another thing I like about this phone is that it is basically Android. Stock Android, which I prefer. I don't like other UIs like Samsung's or whatnot. The Google UI is fine, and I think it's a Google, I think 13. This phone came out in 2023, and it is really superb. One of the things that is really great and satisfying about it is this. Closing it, that is very satisfying. Another thing you do is you can shake it and the light goes on for the flashlight if you need it instead of having to hit a button. It's one of their gestures. There's the clock. You can change that to be a bunch of different things. There's the cameras on the back. And it also does a few other notifications. Other gestures and features you can do is you can do the, and it just move your hand like that and it brings the camera up. Features, you can watch it different ways, your videos and stuff. And you can even turn it sideways like this. And so basically, that's it. So that's my review of this phone. I think it's really solid at $149 or even $99. People were paying up to $600 for this phone. It's mid-tier. They do have a pro level one that was about $799. I imagine you can get that for around $399. And just wanted to share this phone and my history with the flip phone. And give you a little rundown on this, because I think this phone is great. The cameras are just so-so, just keep that in mind. But as a phone, this is solid. And having edge-to-edge bezels is amazing. And the screen size is tremendous at 7 inches. So if you're looking for a different type of phone experience, I highly recommend this. Very satisfying. Having this phone for over 7 or 8 months, this phone has performed flawlessly. I was always a little worried about the flip mechanism, but it hasn't been an issue. So satisfying.